The Rise and Fall of Rome, the story of an empire that shaped the world. The ancient Roman civilization is considered one of the greatest civilizations in human history, leaving behind a cultural, architectural, and political legacy that continues to inspire the world to this day. Rome began as a small city on the Italian peninsula around the 8th century BCE and evolved into a vast empire that stretched from Britain in the north to Egypt in the south, and from Spain in the west to the Levant in the east. Origins and foundation. The origins of Roman civilization trace back to the legend of Romulus and Remus, who are said to have founded the city of Rome in 753 BCE. Initially, Rome was a small kingdom ruled by kings, but it transitioned into a republic in 509 BCE after the expulsion of its last king, Lucius Tarquinius Superbus. During the Republican era, Rome developed politically and socially, establishing a system of governance based on a balance of powers, with a Senate, Synodos, and annually elected consuls. Expansion and empire. Roman expansion began in earnest during the 3rd century BCE, as Rome gained control over the entire Italian peninsula. It then turned its attention to the Mediterranean, engaging in a series of wars against Carthage, known as the Punic Wars, which ended with the destruction of Carthage in 146 BCE. Subsequently, Rome expanded eastward and westward, annexing Greece, Egypt, Asia Minor, and large parts of Europe. Rome transitioned from a republic to an empire in 27 BCE when Augustus declared himself the first Roman emperor. Under imperial rule, Rome reached the peak of its power and prosperity, experiencing a period of relative peace known as the Pax Romana, Roman peace, which lasted for over 2 centuries. Cultural and scientific achievements. Roman civilization was distinguished by its immense cultural and scientific achievements. In architecture, the Romans pioneered advanced construction techniques, such as aqueducts that transported water to cities and paved roads that connected parts of the empire. They also built monumental structures like the Colosseum, which hosted public games and spectacles, and the Pantheon, which remains an architectural masterpiece to this day. In literature, figures such as Virgil, who wrote the national epic The Aeneid, and Cicero, a renowned orator and philosopher, emerged. The Romans also developed an advanced legal system, laying the foundations of Roman law, which significantly influenced modern legal systems in Europe and beyond. Social and political life. Roman society was divided into classes, with the aristocratic class, our patricians, holding the highest positions of power, while the common class, plebeians, constituted the majority of the population. Over time, the plebeians gained more political rights, but social inequality persisted. Slavery was a fundamental part of the Roman economy, with slaves used in agriculture, mining, and domestic work. However, some slaves could gain their freedom and integrate into society as free citizens. Religion and beliefs. Roman religion was polytheistic, with Romans worshiping gods such as Jupiter, king of the gods, Mars, god of war, and Venus, goddess of love. Over time, Roman religion was influenced by Eastern religions, particularly Christianity, which spread widely in the early centuries CE. In 313 CE, Emperor Constantine issued the Edict of Milan, granting religious freedom to Christians, and in 380 CE, Christianity became the official religion of the empire under Emperor Theodosius I. The fall of the empire. Despite its strength and expanse, the Roman Empire began to decline during the 3rd century CE due to internal and external factors. These included barbarian invasions, internal power struggles, and economic weakness. In 476 CE, the Western Roman Empire fell when the Germanic leader Odoacer deposed Emperor Romulus Augustulus. However, the Eastern Roman Empire, known as the Byzantine Empire, continued until 1453 CE. The legacy of Roman civilization. The Romans left behind an immense cultural legacy that continues to shape our lives today. From the Latin language, which influenced many European languages, to the legal and political systems that inspired modern democracies, their contributions are profound. Additionally, their art and architecture are still studied and admired as some of humanity's greatest achievements. In summary, Roman civilization was more than just a vast empire. It was a model of organization, innovation, and art, and it remains a source of inspiration for the world to this day.